Hi guys. Sorry I'm so late. Just in the shower. I didn't realize what time it was. Hello. Hi people who are already waiting. Hi Shai. Hi Christina. Hi Bobbert. Hi Philip. Hi Leo Queen. Hi Leah. Hi Subri. Hi Kylie. Hi Nor. Hi Danielle. Hi Kylie. Hi Sinead. Hi Penny. Oh, the regulars are here. Hi Katie. All right. I'm answering. Hey Loz, after 10 months of no contact with SP, we've been together for the last 4 weeks. He's now just dumped me again. Oh no. Oh, shit, Penny. He's now just dumped me again. I've held on to this guy for years. I want him back to keep. Instead of this on and off crap and no third party, I know I've done this. I'm affirming and listening to sleep tapes. What can I do to change myself? 3D has broken my heart again. Thanks, Loz. Okay, so in the last 4 weeks, what were you thinking? What were your fears? Were you worried that the third party was still there? Were you thinking it was too good to be true? Were you concerned when he didn't text you back and started thinking, oh, he's distancing again? This is happening again. This story that we have, this hot and cold, it's happening again. What were you thinking? What were your fearful thoughts that you started to have? What you need to do is sit down, write them all down, and then write the complete opposite. Of course, he's coming towards me. He always calls me. That third party has disappeared. He doesn't want her. He wants me. She's disappeared from our reality. He doesn't want anything to do with her. What were you thinking, darling? Because that's what caused this. Have you identified your thinking during this time in that 4 weeks? Because I bet you it was something like what I just said, especially if it was hot and cold. Hey, Loz, I swear things just keep getting better and better. SP and I spent the entire day together yesterday. He used to be a little distant, but now he can't stay away, going on a date Friday. Oh, darling. What? That's so great. God, my glasses are so dirty. I can't see you guys. Hey, Queen Bee and Loslings. Life is so good since I chose me. Oh, of course, darling. Wonderful. Since you chose you. Oh, I've got a really great backdrop here with my clothes in the background. Sorry, guys. Super chat. Who's this? Hi, Leo Queen Forever, darling. There's no question there. Sometimes if you type too many characters, it won't let you type the whole question. It just gives me the money and no question. Are you just sending me money or is there a question? Darling, what's your question? Have you written it down here already? Let me see if I can see you. Leo Queen Forever. Okay, part 1. Okay, I'll go to you. I'll come back. Part 1. Hi, Loz. Thanks for everything you do. I've been trying to get out of a relationship with a partner, not SP, that I live with and get my own space. Okay, get your own place. Okay. Every time I try and find a place, I feel like something gets in the way. I don't get approved, listing gets rented, etc. I feel so trapped in this relationship. So the more you think you're trapped, the more you think a pattern is emerging where you can't get out, the more that will happen. That's the reality you've created. I'm trapped. Nothing works out for me. You need to see yourself in a new house. You need to see yourself not trapped. You need to see yourself in your own independent lifestyle, living somewhere else. Stop beating that drum of this is what's happening to me. This is what happens. This is what's happening. I'm trapped. Okay. Where's the rest of it? Is there any more? Was affirming for SP and visualizing him and I together. I did manifest movement on that front, but I've still had trouble ending my relationship and securing my new home. My current partner, oh, where's part 4? There's no part 4 for some reason. My current partner, the one I'm ending things with, is also constantly pressuring me for sex and really trying to get me to stay in the relationship. Telling me he wants us to stay together, work on things, doesn't want me to move, tells me I couldn't afford a place on my own. I really want to end the relationship I'm in. Okay, so what you really need to do is really see yourself separate from him, right? And whatever is happening in the 3D, I want you to assume he's different now. He's not pressuring you anymore. He's accepted this. He's accepted the breakup. He knows you don't want him anymore. He doesn't pressure you anymore. He's different. You've got to see him differently and see the situation differently, because you're seeing him as a person who doesn't want you to leave, is pressuring you, is keeping you trapped. So that's how he's turning up. Then you're seeing yourself as trapped, and therefore you are. So if you've got a story that financially you won't be able to deal with it, then that'll happen. Then he'll repeat that. Then if you've got a story that he doesn't want you to leave, he'll keep pressuring you to stay. If you've got a story that you're trapped, you'll feel trapped. If you've got a story that the economy or the rental market or whatever is bad and you can't get out, you won't be able to get out. Read your story. Every single part of that is you having a really bad story about your circumstances. The circumstances don't matter. You got yourself in those circumstances, okay? Now, my mum left my dad after 26 years. She financially wasn't able to do it, but she still did it. They get along fine now. Like years later, everything worked out. But she had to get to a point where she believed she could do it. You don't believe you can, right? And therefore you can't, because you've got a whole lot of stories as to why you can't. So you won't be able to. If you believe you're trapped, guys, you'll stay trapped. It's like Munchausen syndrome, whatever it's called, where the person just stays there because they can't see themselves out of it. So that's what you're doing to yourself. You're fucking your own reality with your own thinking that you're trapped, your own thinking that you're financially unable, your own thinking that the world is against you, that they won't let you away from them, that the world won't allow this to happen. So it won't, because that's your fucking story. Change that story. I want you to totally radically see your old SP differently, the one you don't want to be with, see your new SP and you together, see yourself in your new home, and stop talking about how trapped you are, thinking about it, ruminating about it. Stop repeating and banging that fucking drum. Got it? Oh, sent me a super chat. Oh, Pat the girl. If an unfavorable circumstance, husband and Tinder, even though he says he wasn't, I get created it, but how did I act in the 3 day while recreating? Oh, if in an unfavorable circumstance, husband on Tinder, even though he says he wasn't, I created it, but how to act in the 3D while recreating? Well, how did that even occur? How did you know that? How do you know he's on Tinder? How the fuck do you know your husband's on Tinder? So let me give you the tip. You've gone into his phone, you've checked his apps, or you've seen Tinder messages pop up, or you've heard the ding from Tinder and you've realized he was on there. Then what? He's denied it even though you saw it. So tell me what the story is there, because it sounds like you've got severe trust issues where you snuck around and checked their phone, or you've discovered it and you've got a person in your reality who you assume is a liar. So you've got a really bad story about him and that you can't trust him, and you've done things in the 3D that you assume you can't trust him and you've snuck around. Unfortunately, guys, you've got to understand when there's cheating, even if it's just online cheating and they haven't actually slept with someone, your massive distrust in them, or assuming they're seeing other people, or assuming they're going to hurt you or leave you, is what manifests that reality. So what did you do, Panther Girl, to know that he was on Tinder? Then did you go to him and confront him? Then he said no. Now what? So do you want to stay with the person who's lied to you like that, if they've actually lied and it was true? So you've got to really, if that's what you want to do and you want to stay with that person, you've got to radically change your mind about them, see them as completely trustworthy, forgive them for what they did if it was true, and radically transform your trust issues. Otherwise, you'll stay with him and you'll constantly be assuming he's cheating on you, and you won't be able to stop checking his phone or doing anything like you were doing before where you couldn't trust him. And it'll happen again because your trust issues will literally manifest that, unfortunately. So what happened to you as a kid? Well, you can't trust people, or you got hurt as a child by someone, or betrayed by someone, or you just feel not good enough, or you compare yourself constantly to other girls and fear your man's going to leave. Tell me about your childhood, and then tell me what you actually did and how you discovered that Tinder thing, because that'll tell me everything. Tell me, write it here. He sent me a screenshot of a text message and Tinder was there. Oh, Tinder was on his phone. God, he's a bit stupid, isn't he? He's not very smart. So he sent you a text message screenshot and you saw the app. Okay. So you've got the evidence of Tinder being on the thing, and what he's saying, it's just on my phone. It was just an app. Darling, I don't know what you can do in that situation, because maybe he just downloaded it. Who fucking knows? Maybe he had it there since before you were married and forgot to delete it. Okay, I know that I've been in relationships where I've been on Tinder still and never took my profile off because I completely forgot I was even on there. And I've been in relationships for a whole year and I've still been on Tinder. Was it that? It's up to you what kind of meaning you want to give it. I know I've actually done that. He said he deleted it a long time ago. Darling, look, you can either believe that story and really run with that and believe it, but tell me what happened to you as a kid where you can't trust him. Or when you were going out, were there a whole lot of girls at the same time, and so you've always assumed that you weren't the only one or something? Or he's been a player, or you've got a story about him? What happened? Because there's something going on there, because it's not about him, unfortunately. So tell me what happened to you as a kid, or what happened when you first started your relationship, like he was dating a lot of other girls, or he was on Tinder, or he's a player, or you heard lots of bad stories about him or something, but you still married him anyway. Tell me. As a man on Tinder, old mate's not even getting a match. Guys, they really don't. Haven't you seen those profiles where they go, does this even work, this thing? Hello. A lot of them do that about Tinder because they don't get the same attention girls do. You can give it the story, darling, that he was on there just to get attention because he craves attention, because he's insecure, and that's all it was, and he wasn't talking to anyone and no one messaged him back, and he just desperately wants love, and he's all kinds of fucked up in terms of needing attention. That's all it was. Give it good meaning, but tell me about your childhood, because you're not telling me and I need to know. Oh, another super chat. Who is that? Oh, Philip, darling. Thank you so much. You sent me $9.99, but there's no question. Oh, just as a big thanks. Oh, darling, thank you. Do you have a question, darling? Oh, Philip, you're so kind to me. Who's this? Flamingo, another super chat. Hi, Loz. I prefer not to revise some big negative stuff from my childhood as it's entwined with funny stories. Can I just put an end to the negative self-concept ideas and keep the funny anecdotes? Thank you. Guys, you don't have to revise shit. You don't want to revise. You don't have to. I find it very hard to revise anything in my childhood because I can't fucking remember it. Right? My brother can't remember a whole lot about childhood either. There's like aspects of my childhood I remember that my brother has absolutely no memory of. Then other aspects that he remembers that I don't remember. And then stuff that he couldn't possibly remember because he wasn't born or he wasn't old enough. It's amazing how your mind will block it out or have a different memory of it. So keep the memory, give it a good meaning then. You can revise it to be good. Or don't revise it at all and don't bother with revision. Just accept that it was what happened and then move on now with your new self-concept. You guys, revision isn't necessary. If you're listening to any dumb creators who tell you you have to do that because Neville said he revised his day every day, he didn't say he revised his childhood. Be very careful who you're listening to. There's a lot of fuckwits who go, it's all I am that. That's how you manifest. Or you're changing your mind every 5 seconds for video views because you're actually not sure how this works and you don't get any success with your viewers and you actually don't have a loyal following of people whose lives you've actually changed because you're a fucking idiot. Copies everything I say. There's a lot of people like that. Who are you watching, Fleming, that you think you need to revise it? You don't. I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but you've been listening to someone who tells you have to do that. You don't. You don't, darling. You can just accept what happened. That's my childhood. Okay, I'm the new me now, and affirm the new you. Be in the state of the new you. Think the new you thoughts. A lot of people telling you have to revise childhood. That's just ridiculous. Never once heard Neville tell anybody to revise their childhood, by the way. Or tell people he manifested them back from the dead. Where am I? Okay, I'm going to the top because... So, Pat the girl, have you told me anything else? My dad had a lot of wives, girlfriends. Oh, fuck. My childhood was really unstable with my parents' abuse, etc. Ta-da! I mean to laugh, but like, and you expect you're going to be able to find a guy that you can trust and trust him? Your dad had a lot of wives and girlfriends. Your childhood was really unstable with your parents and abuse. And you think you're going to choose other women. So is this about your husband or not? So you've chosen a person at the very beginning who you can't trust because you have a deep core wound, feeling like men can't be trusted or men always want other women or men want multiple women. Until you change that story, your husband won't change. And I'm not letting him off the hook. I'm saying, can you see how you created that person in your reality being that way and why you chose a person like that and married them from the beginning? Because that's your idea of men. So you need to radically change your idea of men, of your husband, and of your dad, if you can. Go back and write your dad a letter and read it out as if he's sitting there and tell him all the things that fucked your brain up about the way you were brought up by him and your abuser and whoever else hurt you. And then magically watch your husband change because they'll reflect your new thinking about men and yourself. Got it? Okay, I'm going to the top because I've missed so many people because of the super chats. Flamingo, is that clear what I said? All right, guys, sorry, I missed actual questions here because of super chats, but that's okay. I just want to get to the super chats first. Okay, where am I? Going right to the top. There's 134 people here and I'm going to answer these questions. Sinead, we argued and he didn't seem to care that I care about him. I know I caused this for not feeling good enough and chosen, but I've been working hard on my self-concept. This is just an old story of me. I'm annoyed and upset that it happened as everything I've been going on between us is slowly catching up my 4D. I know circumstances don't matter, so carry on seeing myself as the girlfriend and work on self-concept. Yes, darling, but where's the beginning of this? What, that just you argued? What are you fucking arguing with them for, guys? That means you're still triggered. That means you're still seeing the old them. That means you haven't changed them. That means you're still the same old triggered bitch you were before. Why are you arguing with them? Still got a story that he doesn't care. So Guys, no one in here has been watching me for long enough to be arguing with their SP. Part one. So a little more in depth in the last live. SP and I seeing each other and yelling daily. Tells me she loves me, affectionate, caring, back messages going out of away from me. Prior to this, I was getting hot and cold behavior. And yeah, yelling daily. I hope you're not yelling daily. Do you mean talking daily? I was getting hot and cold behavior. I couldn't work out why, as I was doing morning and night affirmations and AMs during the day, affirmations during the day, SP at night. I worked out I was still not on the pedestal. Oh, okay. Part three. So I changed it up and put me first. I cut out all SP affirming except if bad thoughts arise, and I changed them to good ones. The rest and only thing I do is self concept. I know I was scared to lose SP, but in letting go of the what, where, and when, I was able to focus on myself. It has stopped all negative behavior and nothing really phases me and threat anymore as my self concept's on point. I really hope you all understand the way I've been putting self concept above all doesn't mean you don't want your SP. It means that you're choosing you above all. When you do that, everything changes. If I could stand up and you could still see me, I would. Guys, so many of you are afraid to stop focusing on them. So many of you are afraid because you've been watching complete morons who are either married or never had to manifest a person back in their fucking lives, or have really poor self-concept themselves and are creators on here that are hugely triggered and haven't figured out their own self-concept issues, that self-concept isn't important. Do you believe me now? Or how much more proof do you guys need when John Johnson just got married and he barely affirmed for his SP? How much more proof do you guys need when Kylie writes something like that? Some of you just aren't getting this and you're so afraid to not think about them. And I'm astounded. We haven't had 3 engagements and a marriage in a month for nothing. I've never heard of any other group on the internet ever having that kind of success in 1 month. Where am I? Daisy. Hey, Loz, SB gave me something health-wise. Luckily, it was something I could cure. Oh, good. Anywho, when I told him about it, he did seem concerned but went silent. I did get triggered. Well, that's understandable, darling. Where's the rest of it, Daisy? I did leave him on red because I didn't want to keep pushing. I just decided he will text when he's ready. Should I give up because I still want him? But part of me feels like, why would I want you still want him? And he did that to you. Also, I only had one real relationship, and that was in middle school to my 9th grade year. Everybody else was friends with benefits or in the talking stage for a long time. So what affirmations can I do to say for that, and what self-concept should I say? I know my biggest issues is feeling chosen priority and trusting men because I was never the only one. Okay, so if you were never the only one, you probably had a dominant story that there were other girls and he was sleeping with them. Therefore, then things like STDs and stuff, horrible things like that manifest, unfortunately, because you've got a dominant story they're sleeping around, right? And then they do, and then that happens. It's horrible, right? So I want you to see him differently if you can. If you can't, you're going to have to choose a different guy. Because if your story about him is so bad and you're seeing him as this cheating, STD giving player, then how are you going to be in a relationship with him? How, if you can totally radically change yourself, but you haven't changed your story about him and you still see him that way, how are you going to move forward with the relationship with him? That's why he reacted the way he did in the text. Really working on the chosen stuff and not being compared to other girls or thinking other girls are a threat and massive here, darling, and feeling like you deserve a full-blown fucking relationship with someone who's there for you. And that's the key here. Like you said, you know that. Now you've got to also work on that as well as the story of him and change it, right? Sorry, Nahal's sending me lots of messages and I'm sitting here on the live. Where am I? Habitual Kylie's up with this guy. I want a guy. I don't know what happened with it, but he hasn't mentioned it and no contact from the guy yet. How should I best live in the end with that? I want to go out with him or possibly even be with him long term. Well, just imagine you're together, darling, and imagine that friend gets back in touch with you and they've just forgotten about it. It wasn't anything sinister. It wasn't like they changed their mind or they like him too, or they arrange the whole thing. We'll just see you and him together, even if you haven't met him yet, but also see your friend as or whoever it is arranging it. Loz, can people manifest that they can move to a different country but they don't have the money yet? Yes, darling, I did that. I imagine most of my adult life that I'd live in England, then I moved there. I was obsessed with British stuff. I used to sit around watching Last Night of the Proms and Shakespeare stuff all the time. I was obsessed with living in England. I didn't have the money when I wanted to move there, and then I got the money just before. Uh, Hang on. Where the fuck am I? Hi, good evening from Canada. Oh, hello. Super. Loz, I'm really upset and been crying because my dad lost his job today. Oh, how can I revise it so he gets a better, higher paying job or just gets his old job back? See him as happy, darling. See him as coming to you, telling you that he's so happy because he's found a new job or he's got more pay or he's got that job back. Also, my SP at work is acting cold and distant with me. So I've been chasing him and been affirming, haven't been chasing him good, and been affirming that he will speak to me and he's my boyfriend. I think I've noticed hot and cold behavior. Well, you're causing that, darling, by thinking he's pulling away. Just put it down to you're at work and he doesn't want to disturb the work environment and make it uncomfortable and weird and awkward and he doesn't want people talking. So that's the only reason why he's doing it at work. And just decide that you talk outside of work, whatever the story is that you're holding. Because I'm really afraid of getting hurt again. Well, then you will, darling. That you're manifesting that. I don't know how I can move past those bad feelings, even though I try and firm past it. Guys, if you're afraid of getting hurt again, what do you think is going to happen? You're literally sending thoughts out. You're going to hurt me, aren't you? You're going to do things that are going to hurt me. You're going to pull away. I can see it. I'm reading into every little thing you're doing as something that's going to lead to hurting me. Guys, some of you really aren't getting this, that if you hold a dominant fear, it'll manifest because that's how this fucking works. Get rid of that, Subri, please. Get my subconscious course when it comes out because you obviously haven't identified where that's coming from. Philip, hi, Loz. Oh, okay. Hi, Loz. I can now say I totally see how my subconscious created third party. I remember asking SP, whose are you, when we first met because I thought it was too good to be true. I fully realized how my childhood and adulthood impacted feelings of unworthiness, not being chosen or prioritized. I've been doing a lot of self concept work and listening to your banished third party sleep video. I've been doing your 101 love affirmations, listening to your lives. Good, Philip, good. I know now SP and I are together. I now know SP and I are together. I know now that the answer to whose are you is I'm yours. Yes, I totally deserve to manifest the marriage of my wildest dreams. I also know there is no way I can ruin it. Whenever third party creeps into my brain, now I visualize myself as and third party and the new boo on a double date and being great friends. Oh, that's a good visualization. Thank you so much for all you pour into myself and everyone else in this community. May you be blessed a thousandfold. Oh, thank you, darling. Oh, that's wonderful, Philip. Look, guys, when you really have that realization that the third party has nothing to do with the third party, that it's to do with your feelings of being unprioritized and unchosen and just not good enough, your whole world changes. You think, God, I'm making this person to be like this elephant in the room, and they're not even in the room. Why am I even worried about them? This is about me. It's always been about me. And as soon as you change it, everything changes. Wonderful, darling. All right. I really don't remember much of my childhood. I also went through a lot of emotional trauma. Well, that's why you don't remember it, liar. My parents came from Asia and had traumatic experience coming here through refugee. When we were young, they made us feel guilt for what they sacrificed for us. I internalized that all my young years. Yeah, so you won't remember it. So if you had a traumatic experience of being refugees, darling, can you imagine your brain would have blocked that out on purpose? Oh, this is fucking awful. We don't want to remember this. Traveling on boats and having no money and starving to death and going from truck to get to here and all this horrible shit that happened. I was on calls with people. I remember a call with someone. I don't want to give too much of their story away, but I was talking about their fears about being unsafe. And then they suddenly had a realization on the call of being in a truck and being sent from one country to another and hiding in the truck. And they only remembered it on the call. Right? You'll hide things, guys, in your back of your mind because it hurts you too much, scares you too much. Right? So whatever you can remember, darling, try and revise it if you possibly can. But if you can't, just start fresh. Okay, now I'm not scared anymore. Now I know that I don't have to feel guilty. Okay, they made that sacrifice, but it's not my fault where I was born where I was. It's not my fault my parents are born where they were. It's not my fucking fault. I'm not going to carry this guilt for the rest of my life. They chose their choice. I'm choosing that I am perfect the way I am and I didn't do anything wrong and nothing. I shouldn't feel guilty about anything. Where am I? Christina, Loz, is it normal to have birds fall land in 3D and then things seem to go silent again? And by silent, I mean no additional birds fall land of visible movement. It happens a lot to people. They suddenly freak out because they think, oh, I used to get all these birds fall land. Now I don't anymore. I hardly do. So don't worry about it. Hi, Loz. Can you please recommend some affirmations to help me build confidence in my artistic abilities? I am a wonderful artist. Everyone buys my artwork. I'm so sought after. Everyone knows my name. All my works are huge successes. Things like that. I am so confident in my abilities. I know I'm a great artist. It's my full-time living now. Things like that. Loz, can we just, my neighbour next door was telling me yesterday, I'd never met him before properly, and I thought he was someone else. There's lots of kids in this house next door, and he's an artist, has DNA art. And I said, how does anyone see the art? He said, they can't. He must have so much confidence that people want to buy this. You can't even see what it is, and people give him money for something they can never see. How confident must he be as an artist? I was thinking, you could just give me air and just be like, here it is. Right. Think about his confidence. I don't know. Loz, can we just work on subconcept and drop SP affirmations for the time being? Yes, please. Does that still get them back? I want to fucking commit hurry curry on myself when I get these questions. Does that still get them back / to love you? Even though you don't say SP affirmations. Is that only reflecting our thought? Yes, guys. Were you doing SP affirmations the whole time when you broke up? No, you were just thinking real shitty thoughts about yourself and them. And you magically manifested your breakup. Were you consciously manifesting then? No. Think about that logically, how you created your own breakup with your thinking about yourself. Now you can uncreate your breakup with your thinking about yourself. Ta-da, they're back. Sinead, you've been here a long time. I can't believe you're asking me that. Are we live? Yes, I'm here. I don't think so, Bob, but no, I'm here. I'm late, yes. Hi, Loz. I visualized something a while back. I kept replaying the scene so many times and I forgot. I experienced half of it yesterday. Is that common to not have it play out exactly how you envision? Sometimes it plays out nothing like you envision, but it still manifests. Guys, don't expect everything to play out exactly how you envision. It doesn't happen like that sometimes. His ways are past finding out. The means are past finding out. That's why a lot of you get stuck on the how, and then when it shows up, you're like, oh. Hi, Loz. Recently at my job, I took this mum and a son to their table, and he was hiding behind her. I took them to the table and continued working. He left before her, but she stood back and said her son wanted my number, so I gave it to her Saturday, but nothing since. Oh, wanted your number. Oh, cute. We'll just decide that he's a bit shy, and that's all it was, and he was going to message you soon. See you and him together. See you chatting on the phone. See you telling a friend that you chat all the time now. Mm. Hi, guys. Loz, SP asked for money again, but I said no and actually feel calm. Old story. Oh, good, Marie, good. Just forget he even did that. SP wrote me a note with our names on it and a gift. Also, his mum and I are having nice chat. She doesn't know she's my mother-in-law yet. I've been working on my self-concept and listening to the sleep tapes. Oh, it's great when you've got the idea that they're the mother-in-law. Did you hear the thing that's come out about Meghan Markle today in that new book called Courtiers? And apparently she said to the staff, you all know that I'm going to be one of your bosses soon, before she was even engaged to him. And then when they weren't announced as a couple, she said to him, I'm going to break up with you if you don't announce to the world that I'm your girlfriend. How much had that girl decided she was going to be a princess? Even before she even got engaged, she told the staff she was going to be. That's how determined you guys have to be in your thinking. Be as fucking arrogant as that. Like Meghan Markle. Wonderful, darling. Hi, Loz. Thank you for all you do. Still listening daily. I post engagement on Facebook page, and we just booked our wedding venue. Thank you. Oh, wonderful, darling. Oh, listen, darling. Still listening daily. I post engagement on Facebook page, and we just booked our wedding venue. Thank you. Oh, darling, I love your story. That's wonderful. Guys, if you guys aren't in the Facebook group, come join the Facebook group and look up Alicia's name and read her success story and her rings in the picture. One of our successful engagements last month. Oh, wonderful, darling. Can't wait to see all the pictures. That makes me very happy. What's this part 8? You've changed my life so much already, and I'm so appreciated. Either way, love you, Loz. Oh, don't worry, darling. Look, Leah Queen forever. I hope I answered your question, okay? Got it? I manifested my SP back. Everything is going great except for a few things. He's very secretive of his phone. Worse than ever. I'm not feeling great about it. Darling, when you were a kid, did you get ignored or did your parents sneak around? What's going on there? Darling, maybe he's just gaming or he's got a fucking meth addiction. He's buying drugs. You don't know what it is, but you're coming up with a whole lot of fucking terrible stories. That's not a great story. But you know what I mean? Like, it's you thinking that they're secretive. They're not being secretive. They're just using their phone. Maybe they're embarrassed at the dumb TikToks they're looking at. But you're giving it all fucking bad meaning, Christy. Hey, Queen, you always work the messy hair looking flawless. Oh, thank you, guys. Yes, it is very messy today. Hi, Loz. Oh, hey, Mary. Hi, Loz. Just dropped in to say I love you and to tell you not to be hard on yourself. Your self-concept course came out and it was fabulous. Oh, thank you, darling. Look, that was Nahal, the website designer, just messaged me to say, I don't know what's going on with you, but I just need answers as to what's happening with this because otherwise I have to build it myself. So I know she's busy, but I feel like I'm letting you guys down because I'm relying on other people to do things for me that I can't do. And it's just, I'm getting to a point where I'm like, I feel like I'm letting you all down. So I'm really sorry. I promise you that it will be out the end of next week. Like, we're determined to make that happen. Okay. Hi, Lois, success story. I should probably post on the Facebook group. About 3 weeks ago, I told you I lost my gold plain chain and wanted to make it to Italy. Guess what? I'm wearing it in Italy. Thank you. Oh, you found it. Oh, wonderful. You did that. Hooray. I bought you a cup of coffee. Oh, Rick, thank you. Oh, thank you so much with the buy me a coffee thing. I keep forgetting that's a thing that people can buy me a coffee in that thing. I have my ebook there. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Loz, when your course is coming out, girl. I know, darling. You hear what I just said? I wrote it down already, but I was just giving you money, lol. What's this? What are you talking about? Oh, thank you. Oh, about the super chat. Paula, hi, Loz. Hi, darling. Hang on. I told my chiropractor we should hang out sometimes. He said yes, but I forgot to keep his phone number. I'm not sure how to keep myself from saying he was just being nice. Any tips? Well, hasn't he got your phone number? He's your chiropractor, isn't he? Aren't you on the system? That can ask you about. Guys, you aren't hard to find. It's called the internet. You just look up someone's name and there you are. I've had guys find me through email addresses. I remember I went out with this guy once and I met his best friend on this date. He brought his best friend to the date to introduce him, his roommate. Then the guy tried to kiss me in the bathroom and I was like, oh my God, what the fuck's happening? Then that guy, months later, somehow found my email address through my work website that had launched and somehow contacted me through this website. And I hadn't even mentioned the website. I don't even know how he even knew. And he was like, hi, it's Philippe or whatever his name was, Francois or whatever. I was like, the fuck? They'll find you guys, okay? I just read that Ned Fulmer's Try Guy's wife was insecure about being older than him and just so insane how it's played out. I really hope he's okay. What's the story? I don't even know what that story is. I hope she's okay. I hope she's okay. What happened? Oh, so he cheated on her, did he? And she assumed he always would or something? Is that what happened? Are they a YouTube channel or something? Try Guys. That sounds familiar. I think I know that name. Took him off the pedestal, did self-concept for me instead of for him, and immediately saw movement within a few days. Lol, I feel so silly after I realized what I was really doing. The amount of calls I used to have with people, they're like, so I've been doing EST affirmations religiously for months. And I'm like, how's that working out for you? And they're like, it's not. I'm like, no shit, dude. Stop listening to that stupid creator. Fuck. Wonderful. Hi, Dylan. Is EFT tapping good for triggers? Yes, use it, guys. If it works for you, do it. Watch Brad Yates. Hi, Loz. I was spiraling really bad yesterday about my body, but at the end of the night, I affirmed against it, and we woke up today. When I woke up today, I felt normal after finding the law. It's scary how desensitized I've become because I know I control everything. Guys, your old thoughts will just come back like sneaking in through a hole in the gate. Like when I try and take my dog out in the morning, this is what your thoughts are like, okay? Your old shitty thoughts, okay? This is a good analogy for your old shitty thoughts. So every morning I have to take my dog out about 5:30 in the morning to go to the toilet when I wake up. I wake up about 4:30. I lie there for an hour. I think I really like to be back to sleep, but I can't get back to sleep. Then I get up at 5:30. The dog wants to go to the toilet. I take the dog and the cat tries to sneak out and she sits at the door. And then while we're outside, she meow, meow. She meows her head off while we're outside because she desperately wants to go outside. When I come back in the door, I've got to be so careful to let the dog in and not let the cat out because the cat will go chung and run out. That's what your old thoughts are like. They're just sitting there waiting. When's that little door going to open? When's she going to forget about her self-concept? When's she going to not affirm anymore? When's she going to drop the state that she was in? When's she going to go back to the old thinking and now we're out? The cat's out. And you let the fucking cat out of the bag, right? My cat does that every morning, and I've got to have an assumption now that she's not going to sneak out anymore. It's not going to happen. He sent me a screenshot. Okay, I saw the one. Was having tons of birds for land from other people. Oh, hey, Christy. My boyfriend broke up with me randomly, blaming long distance and blocked me. I'm manifesting and affirming he's so in love with me. He needs his time apart to realize he can't live without me and we live together. Good, Sarah, but did you have a dominant story that distance is a problem? Hope everyone has a good night. Okay, but Sarah, you're not identifying what the problem was. You can have, guys, this is why the other creators that you're watching are not working for you, okay? So, Sarah, why did that happen? You have not identified that. And that's what a lot of people don't understand with my account. They think I'm being negative. I'm trying to say to you, you manifest negative circumstances. So how did you manifest that from happening? I know you can give it the story that, he's just got things to work on. But have you got a story that he's got fucking issues? Or have you got a story that long distance is a problem? Have you got a story that he needs to be physically with you and he misses the sex and therefore this can't work long distance wise? Have you got a story that gets easily triggered? What's your fucking story about him and what's your story about you that caused that story? You can imagine that all you like. This is what you guys don't understand. You can imagine that story all you like. He just needs time apart without me because we're going to be living together soon. He just needs to sort himself out. Ding. The cat's at the door waiting. Yeah, but he's probably having sex with other girls because he can't stand be without you, and he needs sex because he's a player and he's a guy and guys need sex and distance is a problem and what, you stupid girl, how did you think this was going to work? And remember, your dad wasn't to be trusted and you can't trust this guy. Cat got out the gate, out the door. Right, Sarah? So don't do bullshit affirmations and a bullshit story if you're not changing the story of you that caused that story, that caused that manifestation that just occurred. How did you cause that manifestation that just occurred? You are the only cause, Sarah. That's what a lot of people don't understand about my account. They think I'm blaming you and saying it's all your fault. Do you want to identify how you fucking manifested that so it doesn't happen again? Or do you want to keep thinking this old shit that's going to cause it again when they come back? Because I've done that. I've lived it. My fingers are antsy to click buy now for your course. Thank you, darling. Hi, Loz. Manifest Jess feedback, and she's conforming to the new story, but there's still alcohol involved. Is this my self-concept playing out? What to affirm? Had an abusive dad, neglectful mum. Well, there you go, darling. So you're going to attract someone who's not going to prioritize you and going to neglect you and focus on something else other than you, right? So when you start seeing yourself as the priority in their life, when you see yourself as a person who deserves to be prioritized, they will change. You've got to also change the story of them. My old alcoholic, old SP does not drink anymore. I completely changed myself concept and they changed. I didn't actually change a lot of the story about them, but eventually I did. And then they changed. And they were a bad alcoholic, like bad. Right? They're not anymore. You can change them, but you've got to think you're the priority and you're worth being prioritized over that. Because in your life, that is the priority, because alcohol is always the priority to an alcoholic. That's why they're an alcoholic. Oh my God, I'm like, Ozzy, as a man of Tinder, on Tinder, mate's not even getting a match. Exactly, guys. SP's back again. I've been doing every affirmation, SP and self-concept. I feel my self-concept is better. We're stuck in this limbo. We'll stop saying that. And I want to see more commitment from him. He's always busy. Well, that's your story, that you're not priority, so you won't be. I see a sweeter and more attentive version, but waiting on commitment and stability. Well, darling, what's your story about them? That they're not committed to you fully, that they don't really want this, that they're pulling away, that you're not prioritized in their life. Get rid of it. Getting lots of rants, reaching out through email a week after my coworker said she does. It just started happening. Got an invite to get paid for a collab with Republic Records Studio on TikTok. Oh, really, Dylan? You've been manifesting that working. Thank you so much. I love being with Success Live. Unfortunately, I'm taken up for manifesting buddies, but there's many people still looking. Guys, there's a manifestation buddies hashtag in my group. If you guys want to be manifestation buddies with people, I suggest you start your own messenger group or WhatsApp group. Start your own. You can't just ask to join other groups. There are probably hundreds of manifestation buddies groups already in my group that I have no control over. You have to actually instigate it and start your own. Go into the Q&A forum, write a post under Q&A forum saying, would anyone like to start a manifesting buddies, or I'm starting a manifesting buddies group. Who wants to join me? And a whole lot of people will join, because I won't approve that in the main page because there's too many people wanting that. You either have to go on to hashtag manifestation buddies under that thread, or do it in the Q&A forum and start one yourself. Okay? That's great, Dylan. Wonderful. You did that. Hi, beautiful. It's so good to be here. Oh, well. Hang on, guys. This just fucking jumped. Hi, Star Moon Space. Hi, Tina Marie. Hi, Noreen. Hi, Lana. Hi, Valeria. Hi, Mia. See all these names I didn't say before. That's it. Working on your self-concept is the priority. Yes, guys. Have I missed this? No, Loz, he slept with someone else, then said we aren't in a relationship, so I reacted first part cut off. Oh. Well, what do you want this person for? Why do you want that person? You want a person who slept with someone else and you still want this person? Why? That's my first question. Then if you can really see them differently, you see them differently, but you're going to really have to see them differently, Sinead. I don't remember anyone saying you have to. I just believe that it would help a lot. Oh, okay, with my manifesting self-concept, I think I got the wrong idea. My bad. No, it's all right. I just went off on a tangent about people talking about revision had to be done about your childhood. Makes total sense. All I'm saying is, darling, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. It's not necessary. I can't physically do it because I can't physically remember my childhood, most of it. It's a fucking blur, right? And if stuff comes up to me, it's like it didn't happen. And then I realize, oh, that actually might have been true. Stuff that came up for me in therapy was like, that can't have happened. Then I'd go to my mum and thank God she still had her memory then. And I would say, did that happen? She'd say, yeah, I can't ask her now. Right? Don't worry about the revision part. Just accept it and move on. Oh, it says the connection's unstable. Guys, can you see me? I gasped when I realized I subconsciously would affirm the opposite. For example, I would be like, my friendships are strong bonds. No, they're not. I'm used to that. I'm just saying stuff. I don't know why it took me so long to realize this. What's this, Cindy, that you had bad affirmations you were saying in your mind? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, manifesting people back from the dead. Who taught that? Let's not even mention their name, but there is a dumb creator making videos about that and then trying to say that Neville Goddard did that too. No, he didn't. He just saw people after they died and tried to tell them, I see you because I can see you, but other people can't see you, just like I've seen people after they've died. I didn't manifest them back. I could just see them. Hang on. Where am I here? Can I manifest my SPX come to my graduation tomorrow? Yes, darling, if you really want to, but that's a hell of a time crunch. Okay, see them there clapping for you, see them commenting on your graduation gown or whatever. Set a scene in your mind that's true. SP and I spoke last night. His alcoholism is now gone, and he said he wants to stay connected but wants to fly solo. Do I just keep seeing myself with him or the end? Or is this a sign he's not my person? There's no signs they're not your person, guys. But if you decide they're not your person, then you've decided that. You're creating the signs. Okay. You can decide later they're not your person. But guys, there are no signs they're not your person. Okay. It's just you thinking that you're not the priority to him still. That's how you ended up with an alcoholic in the first place, isn't it? Because you didn't feel prioritized or chosen. Now you're still not feeling prioritized or chosen. So now they're not choosing alcohol, but they're just choosing themselves. How do you not think about them? I know you should work on self-concept more than SP, but he's on my mind a lot. I'm trying to stop it. Guys, you don't have to stop thinking about them. When you think about them, do SP affirmations. Or when you think about them, talk about yourself in relation to them, like SP affirmations or, self-concept affirmations, and then say, he loves me so much because I'm special and wanted and chosen and unique and la, 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 if you think about them, okay? I'm not telling you to forget about them. What's your old story of him in your relationship? You're like, yes. Loz, my SP deleted me off Snapchat because I posted my new SP. He got so triggered. Whoops. Well, I'm still working on it. What's this? Loz, when are your courses coming out? Yes, I know, guys. Yes. There's a website snafu. Yes. Hi, Loz. I'm working on my self-concept and I feel great and it's getting better, but I see SP has backed off and stopped contacting me. No, you can't see that. You're making up that story. You're reading into what's happening and you're thinking that's what's happening and therefore that's what's happening. I feel fine, but I'm wondering, is this my thinking causing it? Everything's your thinking causing it. It's very possible. I was always wanting to live in the USA since I was very young. I'm from Ireland, so I moved here 34 years ago and living my childhood dreams. Exactly. Moving countries we're talking about. God, I'm only at this place. Hi, Loz. I've been, I'm so far behind. Hi, Loz. I've been manifesting parents' acceptance of SP. Is it okay to affirm that it all unfolds naturally and I don't have to do anything? Yes, aside from change the role. Yes, see that, darling. Absolutely. Hi, Loz. Realize I've been working on subconcept being chosen. After being triggered by SP, realize I don't feel worthy, then seeing how I will feel internally, and now I have a third party, I will persist. Oh, what affirmation I use to feel worthy? I know I created her and I will erase her. Okay. So I am the chosen one because I'm so, and then talk about yourself. Like, what are all the qualities you can think about yourself that are true? I have a great ass. I'm very kind. I'm very giving and loving, and people love being around me. I'm a great artist. I like think of all the things you know about yourself to be true and build yourself up in that way first. Okay. And then you can start really focusing on seeing you and them together. Okay. And just forget about the third party. The end result of you and SP to be together, right? In the grand scheme of things, if you were together, would you be missing him at the graduation at the end at all? Yeah, don't worry about that too much, graduation, guys, if you're together in the end. Exactly. Why don't you feel worthy in the first place? Yes. Hi, Loz. Hi, guys. Love your responses sometimes. First of all, you're live. Oh, hello. Welcome. Hi, Star Moon. Posting my short film soon. Oh, how you, Dylan? Sorry, Loz. Sometimes I just like to hear you confirm it's so I know I'm right. Okay, good to know. Hi, Loz. Is it possible anywhere to DM you a long question? I put it in the Q&A forum a few days ago and some kind people replied, but I like your insight on it. No. Guys, do you honestly think I'm going to sit around fucking answering your questions? No, Sean, I love you. No. Guys, my DMs are full of things I've never opened. Hundreds and hundreds of DMs I've never fucking opened. I don't have time for all that. You need to get the self-concept course. I can't answer everyone's questions personally, okay? That's why you need to do the course. There's only one of me. I'm really sorry, but there's a lot of people in the group who know the answers. Let them answer for you, for me, okay? Soon, I will have my paid group where there'll be mentors who are well-versed in how this works, who give excellent answers, and they'll be able to answer your questions, okay? Sorry, darling, but I can't. About third parties, if my fears are about them taking someone away from me, she doesn't want to let him go. What affirmations can you give me to revise and for my self-concept? Go and do my third party sleep tape, darling. It doesn't mention the person at all. It mentions you feeling chosen and a priority and being the superstar in your own reality and chosen by everyone, including your person. Last year I started to say I'm a swimming instructor. So during the summer I have swim classes, and when the summer season was over, I went to a state-run pool facility offering swim lessons. Oh, you did that! One of the supervisors called me today for me to come in and meet the facility supervisor. I'm so excited. I manifested this. Oh, wow, Nelly, hooray, you did that. When a person has a bad day and snaps at you, is that still mirroring you or just their crappy day? No, you've got a story that they're a moody person or you upset people or something. It's always you. No, it's always you. What's this? Awesome. I'm hopping off now back to class. Oh, bye, darling. When a person has a bad day and snaps at you, yeah, I guess other one. Just want to ask about finances. If we need something done by a certain date, what can we affirm? See it completed, see it paid. Imagine telling someone the day after, oh, thank God I paid all that in time. I can't wait. We'll be ready. No worries. Okay, good, guys. I know that was the whole point. Please don't be hard on yourself. You do enough. You are enough. Oh, thank you, guys. Look, I'm really disappointed that I'm disappointing you guys. I know that I created this with my perfectionism, but now it's getting fucking out of hand. Don't forget to leave a like. Oh, thank you, darling. Your self-concept course will be worth the wait. I know it will be great. Oh, thank you, darling. Lois, just love. What are you saying? Oh, fucking love your acting analogy. I'm crying right now. What's the acting analogy? What did I talk about? What was the acting analogy? Oh, the cat. The cat. Okay, yes. I love the analogy about your cat. Oh, seriously. That cat, she has a leash. And I was taking her out on a leash. And then she didn't like it. And I started trusting her to come outside with us. Then she refused to come back in. Then she got pecked by a bird the other day. And now she's been pecked again on the other side. Either that or something's happening with her face and all her fur is falling off. She's been pecked. Like she said, I've got to stop saying she's a little shit who wants to escape and go outside. She's sitting on the windowsill now looking outside. She's all right. Took half an hour to get through this pre-live comments. You're a superstar, Loz. Oh, my God. Sorry, guys. I have a story that my movies take forever to film and produce. Well, stop saying that, Francisco. I need to affirm that they're easy to make and get made so quickly. Not sure of something deeper there because you're a perfectionist who doesn't think it's perfect the way it is and you're so afraid to let it out because you're afraid you're not good enough and it's not good enough. It will never be good enough. Maybe it's because it was hard to ask my parents for things, so giving myself stuff is hard too. I make a lot of money now in my day job, but I can't be scrimpy frugal, but I can be scrimpy and frugal. So if you're scrimpy and frugal like me, you think you don't deserve stuff and you also don't feel like you deserve your film to be out. Someone who's not a perfectionist could do a film today on their phone and put it on YouTube tomorrow. You aren't. Why aren't you? Why isn't my self-concept course out? Because of my perfectionism, feeling like it's not enough, it won't be good enough. It's not about the film, Francisco. I know so many people who produce the crappiest, most ridiculously shitty films and they get money for them and you think, you shouldn't be getting money for this. This is trash. But they have such belief in themselves that they get the money. I know that I had such belief in the idea I had for a TV show was really good once when I first got back from Australia, and the producer I was working with said to me, "Now you don't normally get money for these kind of things." I said, "I will," and she said, "Oh, you're confident, are you?" I said, "I don't want to produce this. I don't want to actually make this TV series. That's why I'm going to get the money." And she went, she couldn't understand my logic, but I knew it was a really good idea and no one had made it before. And I was so deathly afraid of making it, I knew someone would give me the money for it. Well, it doesn't make sense, but I was confident that it was so good that it would get the money, and it did. Are you confident that your film will be produced, it will be great, or are you not confident? It's about you, darling. Yes, thank you. I'm trying to figure out too, so I can fix it. The only thing I can think is that maybe I thought long distance would be a problem for him because he's impatient to live with me. Ta-da, there it is. So stop thinking that. I know plenty of people in long distance relationships who've had great relationships regardless of the distance. They talk on FaceTime, they send each other sexy texts every day. The distance isn't a problem. See yourselves living together. I'm like, hi everyone. Hi, Brianne. Chrislyn, I had the same thing as Sarah. Blanket affirmations won't work. You have to change the story about trust, thoughts about them wanting to have sex with others. Yep. Hear that, Sarah? Hi, Loz. You are the best. Cat got out the door. Yes. Can't wait for your course. I need this like a fish needs water. I know it has its own appointed hour, but I can't wait. I know, guys. Lots of you that need this. I know. Yes, Loz, I do want him. I fell in love with him and he reflects my new self concept sometimes, but now this has happened. It's just an old story. Do I carry on seeing myself as the girlfriend? Darling, you must have a really shitty story about him being a player or you just not being the chosen person. There's something going on there. You got him back and he's gone and done that. What's your story about men or the story about him? It must be shit. If someone did that to me, it'd be like an immediate see ya, right? That's how determined I would be that that is wrong and you don't do that to me. I would have to own that I created that, but I wouldn't stick around. For some reason, you're deciding that's something to stick around for because you've decided that's what you deserve or something. But you must have a really shitty story about him, Sinead. What's the story you've always held about him? Like being really sexual or needing other girls or being a player or men can't be trusted. There's something going on there, right? Curious Laws, I experienced SA as a kid and I'm wondering if I had a belief that I was unsafe in order to manifest that. No one manifests abuse as a child. I'm healing that trauma. However, I'm curious how that happened to me. No, it was inflicted upon you. Guys, what you've got to understand about any abuse or trauma as a child, it's not your fault. It's nothing to do with manifesting it. You don't have a subconscious mind formed until the age of 7. By 7, your subconscious has been formed. You're pretty much all the beliefs you're going to hold for the rest of your life are there. Okay, then the things that happen to you after that are a result of what you believe yourself to be. So if you believe yourself to be a kid who's not loved, who doesn't get love, then someone can come along in your reality as a child and give you love disguised as, give you abuse disguised as love, and give you affection and presence and dote on you and give you the attention and affection you were craving from your parents. You'll be sucked into thinking that's love. They'll abuse you. Then you'll be an abuse victim and not understand how you even got in there, got involved. Then you'll feel guilty and shame for the rest of your life about something an adult inflicted upon you because of what your self-concept was as a child that was formed by your parents and the way you were treated as a child that then manifested how you got treated later on. It's not that it was your fault or that you manifested it. It was a manifestation of your self-concept that was formed by the time you were 7. It's nothing to do with anything you thought about yourself consciously. You understand? You didn't manifest that upon yourself, darling, and please don't ever think that. Okay? So what happened to you as a kid where you weren't given enough love or you were abandoned or you were neglected or something happened where someone could come in and treat you that way? Something. That's what you need to identify and change you're thinking about. Do people actually manifest their exes back successfully? Darling, go to my Facebook group. Read the success stories, please. Just want to say, last night's live really put things into perspective. When you were talking about your old SP and said, is he my person, or was I making him my person? That hit, and now it feels kind of bittersweet knowing I 90% don't want him anymore. I'm beginning to see myself with someone else and feel happy or excited, so thank you for the new view. We were always a weird match, the two of us, and everyone thought it. If you're driving yourself, what's this crazy? You're affirming the lack of what are we talking about? I said, I just now realized why the opposite would manifest, because my subconscious mind would be like, this isn't going to change because we're not used to this. Yes, it likes the familiar crap. Nancy, is your course out? No. I did not receive the email notification yet. No, no one has. I submitted my email. Can someone answer me, please? Yes, Nancy, sorry. You'll probably get an email at the end of this week, guys. Jenna and I are doing that today, putting it together today and the next day. How often you repeat affirmations? It's just new thinking, darling. You don't have to do 10,000 of them. You just have to be thinking new thoughts. You can repeat them as many times as you like, so long as you're not turning them to gobbledygook in your mind because you're saying them too often. Don't be disappointed. We all love you and we'll wait. Oh, thank you, darling. Well, I listened to all this, made me realize I haven't been believing I'm the priority. No wonder people are emotionally unavailable and leave, and then I get hurt. It's unfortunate, guys, that the way you've always thought about yourself is the way you'll always think about yourself unless you change it. It's just a shitter. Lord, you give so much to us and help so many people. You don't have to apologize at all. We understand it's a process and we'll be up and running in perfect timing. Oh, thank you, guys. Thanks, Philip. I just get frustrated with myself. Please post more singing videos with your dog. Those literally made my day. Oh, I will. What was I singing the other day? And she was singing along. There was something playing and she started singing again with me. And I was like, oh, I should film that. I will do it. It was just funny. She was just really sad. And I just wanted, that's when Safi died. And I just want to do that video. I will do another one of those because they're funny when she really sings. Like when I because that song was really low. If I sing really high notes, she goes mental. She's looking at me. I don't know why they're doing it. I don't know. Is it hurting their ears or are they actually singing? I don't understand it. I have to look at it. I tried to look it up online, but why dogs do that. I've never had a dog do that before. It's the most weirdest thing. Why'd you retract your message, Jen? I used to be like that with perfectionism. That's why I filmed a short film yesterday and posting it tonight, even though I had not good enough thoughts. And I will, wonderful, Dylan. Post it in the group. Thank you. You are the best. Time to change that. Yes, Maureen. Oh my God, yes, perfectionism. Thank you. Francisco, stop that. That's why my courses are out. Can we manifest the hurricane away? Yes, do that, guys. Decide that it doesn't even affect. There was a bushfire that happened in Australia once, this massive bushfire, and every single house in this whole area was burned down except for one. He just was like, my house is fine. Decide your house is fine, even if things go, or just decide it passes over the town, doesn't affect the town. Oh, God. Imagine telling everyone the next day, oh my God, can you believe it just totally bypassed us? Fuck. They got it wrong. The weather forecast was completely wrong. Don't buy into the fact that it's coming. Now, the amount of weather events that never occur. Hey, Loz, I got a new SP. He was, oh, fuck, this just jumped. He was really sweet and treating me like a goddess. And then I started getting scared and I felt like he's getting distant help. Stop that. Guys, that's how you fuck it up. Stop that. That's your old thoughts. Stop it immediately. I did affirmations about my dad supporting me on what I do and not force me to go to argue about his my old thoughts playing out. You've got a real strong story about him caring about that, darling. Get rid of that. Yes, so the old story of him is that he used to be a player. Okay, Sinead. And then he gets attention from girls, but he also did it to me last year. He came back and said he watched me, then he's done it again now. He did say once he loved me, so I'm not sure. Sinead, if you can't change the story of this guy, I don't care how much you love him, fine and you go. I'm really serious. I know so many coaches won't tell you that. If you can't change the story of them that's really fucked, you're fucked. Can you change the story? If you can't, it'll keep playing out till the end of time. Now the cat's meowing to go outside. Hey, Loz, when I see my manifesting showing up and my SP and things I'm affirming, it's great. But I notice at times he seems to get scared and hide a bit when it fires up. When it fires up? When what fires up? Well, when your relationship's getting good, he pulls away. So that's the story you got. When this gets good, he pulls away. When it gets too emotional or too close, or we get too close, he pulls away. He can't handle it. He goes away. He gets distant. Get rid of that fucking story that's playing out. Not sure how I go about it. Would I love a mentor, be a mentor for you to help others? Only if you have an extra spot come up. I think I've cracked manifesting because of watching you for over a year now. Oh, good, Kylie. Look, I will be asking for a few more mentors. So if you're up for it, I'll go through your old stories and stuff. And when we start the group, maybe we'll have a few more mentors than I have already. I think I have 7 at the moment. Wonderful, darling. Cindy, what are affirmations similar to things work out the way I say they will? Everything works out in my favor. I run this shit. Everything in my reality is exactly as I want it to be. All those kind of blanket affirmations, if you want to use those. Also, you have no free will. Like, that's a really good one I use all the time. You have no free will, so you have to reflect me. That's it. Also, if things happen in our reality because of our subconscious beliefs, how does conscious affirmations change that? Because your conscious mind is the driver of the subconscious. And if you drive it enough places, eventually the subconscious has to go there, right? You've got to think of it as like the conscious mind is the feminine, the conscious mind is the masculine and the feminine is the subconscious. It just goes where it's led, right? It's like your conscious mind is the Uber driver. And if your Uber driver takes you the wrong way, your subconscious back there in the passenger seat's going, okay, this is where we're going. Hey, Uber driver, you're going the wrong way. It's going, too bad, we're going here. You go, but you got the directions wrong. Too bad. Have you put the right coordinates in the Uber driver's instructions? Yes, more dog singing videos. I will. I felt like a bit of a dick putting that on there, but I was like, oh. Lois, when was the last time you hung out with your friends, the one who was on your live? Oh, we don't speak anymore really a lot. We spoke on my birthday and on her birthday, and we're just not very good friends anymore. It's really sad. I think I had a story about her that she's very oversensitive. That was the first story I had, and that I easily upset people was my other story. But I think I also had a story that this account bothered her, and that her life wasn't going the way she wanted and mine was, and that she would be upset with that. And I think that's what's played out. It's really unfortunate. I love her to death, and I know she'll be back when she's ready. It's a shame, but we do talk and stuff. We're just not as good friends as we were before. What do you mean by, is he my person or am I making him my person? I thought we decided if someone's our person or not. I'm confused. Exactly. So I decided he wasn't anymore, Matsy. Stop reading into what I just said and thinking it means, oh my God, does that mean I can't get my person? No, don't fucking freak out by what I said when you're basing it on something you haven't even watched, which was a lie from yesterday. So you're freaking out by what someone just said because you think I mean you can't make them your person. Matsy, your fears are showing up in that comment massively. Go and watch the video if you're so fucking confused because you're so fucking triggered by what someone just said that you completely misunderstood. You must read people's texts like this. Oh my God, what do they mean? If you just misunderstood that conversation that badly, imagine how you read your SP's texts. It's not what I said. It's not what I meant. And you read into it with the lens of your eyeballs of, oh my God, can't I get my person? What's I saying? Fuck, I thought I could get them. Huh? No, it's not what anyone said. Guys, if you're still doing that, if you're still reading things wrong, you're not doing this right. Your lens is still really fucked. You need to clean them. Why does my husband threaten divorce at least twice a year and never follows through? Because you've got a dominant story that you get abandoned or rejected. You've got a dominant story that he doesn't love you. You've got a dominant story that he threatens you or he's going to hurt you. What happened to you as a kid, Melissa? Were your parents divorced? Did you get abandoned? You got a real fucking horrible story about him constantly wanting to hurt you or constantly wanting to leave? What's the story about him? What's the story about you? And what happened to you as a kid? Well, as I found out SP and third party aren't broken up, but they're just long distance now. Still working on self-concept, but I manifested her away from long distance third party, so I'm confident I can do it again. Don't worry about that, darling. Just give it the story that eventually peters out because she's long distance. Just give it that story. Hey, Loz, I've been working on self-concept and so many men have been trying to get my attention, flooding my DMs. Oh, Lizzie. Okay, thank you. Okay, good. So do it properly. Change the story of him. I have to see him completely. So to do it properly, I have to change the story of him. Yes, Sinead. I have to see him completely new. Yes. He loves me and only me and treats me with respect now, etc. Yes, but for you to believe that story, you have to believe you're someone worthy of respect and is loved. Guys, this is what a lot of you aren't getting about what other fucking creators teach you. Sinead, do you really believe that? That you are a person who's treated with respect and will be and deserves that? Okay, that's the first thing you need to do. Then you've really got to change the story about him being a guy who isn't a player anymore. My mother was diagnosed with a bad health condition. How can I heal the situation, please? Just forget what you heard. Decide it's not true. There's nothing fucking wrong with her. Her cells renew themselves daily. There's nothing wrong with her. That doctor got it wrong. She's absolutely perfectly fine. She's in perfect health. Start saying those things and forget what you heard and start seeing her differently. I keep manifesting money and I don't even have a job yet since I left the army. Oh, wonderful, darling. It's better to affirm the new story multiple times a day to change the old story. Yes, guys, please. Or only bother to do it when we think of them. It's up to you guys, or make a point to only affirm the new story 10% of the day and self-concept 90%. It's up to you guys, however you want to do it. Whenever the old story thoughts pop in, think of the new story. No, I'm not talking about Connie. No. Is that another affirmation for I'm chosen? He doesn't feel like a word I'd say. Oh, if you don't say chosen, I am special. People always stick around for me. People are always there for me. I am unique. I am loved. Whatever works for you, darling. Also have my SP. Go and look up a thesaurus. This is another synonym for chosen. I should go and do that myself. Also have SP, though I still get triggered at times. I just realized more of my childhood traumas that are correlated with my SP and my father. Okay, well, now that you know them, darling, flip them. I also manifested good health when I got lip biopsy 2 weeks ago to be benign. Oh, wonderful, darling. Well, if you can do that, you can change your SP. Cat, be quiet. Hang on. The same thing happened with me and my old BFF. We only talk on our birthdays, yeah. I tried manifesting my SP. I requested to follow him on his private Instagram, but he blocked me. Well, does this only work on weak people with no free will? Guys, no one has any free will in your reality. Go and read the community post I just put on my YouTube, darling, where I go into depth about why no one has any free will, and then watch the video that I've attached to that called Thought Reflection. You're not getting this. It's in my community tab in my YouTube. Go to my top of my YouTube and go to where it says community on the menu and read the big long post I just wrote. I'm going to be doing those every week, guys. Big long posts describing manifestation and why you guys aren't getting it or what aspects you're not understanding in great detail, okay, every week. And if you get on my email list, I'll send more of those, okay? So make sure you put your email, either come and join the Facebook group and put your email or join my email alert that I'll put in the comment section of this, okay? Can we read into things in a good way, like everything they do is because they're madly in love with us? That's what I want you to do. Absolutely. Guilty. I need your call so badly. I want to do this right and not be triggered like this. You're so right. Nancy, fuck me. Made me want to fucking come through the screen and slap you just then. I'm 3 months behind on mortgage. Don't worry about it, darling. Keep saying I'm all caught up, always behind, and all my bills are paid, more than enough money, and it flows easily and effortlessly. How can I have a better story? Darling, just decide that everyone's behind on their mortgage and it doesn't fucking matter, and no one can force anyone to pay anything at the moment because everyone's behind. Just have that story. Like, not even a problem. I'm behind. I was behind on my phone bill. And then all of a sudden the other day, I got this email saying, all your private information has been compromised. And I was like, I'm not fucking paying my bill. So now I'm not paying the bill. So that sorted that out. I was like, I'm not paying a bill for a company who just let all my fucking private information out. My phone still works perfectly fine. Because they can't anybody. So much, and nobody's got my private information. My private information is useless to anybody. Okay, thanks so much, Lois. I will just work solely on my self-concept, put myself on that damn pedestal. Yes, Sinead. I learned more from you in this live than my new therapist. After spending 2 hours with her, I already let her go. Some therapists are shit. I'm always doted on. I'm always ravished with attention from those I want it from. Oh, they're great affirmations. Love those. Have to do some videos on those. Mind if I steal them? Does the death of a husband count for being abandoned? Does the death of a husband count? Yes, absolutely. You'll feel like they're going to leave you whatever way and then they die. Can be that, unfortunately. Lois, thank you so much for your help. I've been watching you and manifesting since June 2021. You've helped me so much when I was dealing with SP issues and depression. I'm doing so much better now. Oh, Natalie, wonderful. That's all those things you manifested. Okay, synonyms for chosen are called, elect, exclusive, picked, named. Yes. I'm claimed. Claimed is a good one as well. Shelley Bullard says claimed a lot. Claimed. I'm claimed by them. I'm chosen by them. I'm named as the girlfriend. I'm introduced to everybody. Hey, Lois, could you explain free will more and how everyone's you pushed out? Do they think your flaws are perfect if you think that? Yes. Do they have the ability to leave you, etc., on their own accord? They're reflecting you. So if you constantly believe they're going to leave, they'll leave. If you constantly believe that something is wrong with your body, they'll comment on it. Right? If you start believing your body is perfect, they'll say it is. Trust me, just start trying to identify in your reality anything right now that's You hear that? That's showing you that everyone's you pushed out, getting a free coffee, assuming someone's going to say a certain word to you, thinking you're going to get something for free. If you can see that you've done that, you'll see that everyone's doing it, including your SP. What to do if I struggle to visualize, but I feel like affirming doesn't get me into the state enough? Well, then you're fucked, darling, aren't you? Because you've decided everything you do doesn't work. So why have you got a story that everything you do isn't working? That's more the story I'd be getting rid of. Well, see, I've always thought I was incredible at visualizing, but now I realize I visualize from third person, not first. I remember you said one time you could imply I'm watching things happen versus them actually happening. How can I improve and visualize from my eyeballs, lol? Well, guys, if you can't, you can't. I mean, if you're only visualizing from third person, don't worry about it. Some people do that and they can't see it any other way. So don't worry about it. Just decide that works for you and it's fine. Same. I can't hear anything now. Oh, did something? It's gone all choppy. Connection unstable. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, guys. What do people mean when they say perfectionism is a problem when manifesting? I saw it in the comments above, but I couldn't go back and meaning that if you try and think that until you're perfect, nothing will work, then that won't work because everything you're doing, you feel you have to be fully healed. That's why I don't tell people they have to be fully healed to manifest. You don't have to be perfect. Your live crashed. I missed your answer to my question. You need to visualize the same scene over and over. It can be different, but repetition does help. Sorry, guys. Sorry that crashed, guys. I don't know what's going on with the internet. Literally today, I was waiting for my drive up order from the store and I was taking long. I joked, they better give me something for free for waiting. There was a free sample in the bag. Oh, wonderful. Lizzie, you can do the same scenarios, different ones. Yes, guys. Sorry, that was all choppy, guys. Okay, what's this live called? Other words or chosen or something like that. Claimed by SP, or maybe we'll call it claimed, named. Claimed and named. What else do we talk about? Assuming the worst. We'll call it that. I think it's number 86, guys. And you can watch this back afterwards. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you so much for the super chats. What do you think of Elmer Locker? I used to like his videos until every single solitary title and thumbnail became clickbait, and that's how he's getting a huge following, and he's just churning out a whole lot of shitty videos about nothing. And I think he's not worth watching anymore because he's clickbaiting everybody with these ridiculous titles saying things like, manifest $1 million overnight. Manifest in 3.61 seconds. You, Elmer, you know that that's all complete bullshit. And I called him out on it in the comment. And he said, must buy my thumbnail guy. And I said, dude, you're lying in your thumbnails. You're full of shit. But it's clearly making him a lot of YouTube money, so he's not going to stop. But if you guys want to go and watch it, you've fallen for the clickbait, go ahead. But I don't like it when people clickbait people. I think it's pathetic. I think it's saying a lot about him. Maybe the apple doesn't fall far from the tree if you know the story about his grandfather. Not to shit on you, Elmer, but we all know the story. Okay. All right, guys. I will see you soon. I have hope my marriage is working now. I'll change my story. Bye. Okay, good. All right. Okay, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys. See ya.